asking for my ID? Is it because I'm on private property or is it because I'm suspicious?
Because we're called here for a suspicious person, that's why that we're here.
Okay, then I don't wish to identify myself.
Well, then we're going to have to talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about it. Do you not want to talk about it anymore?
No, we're not going anywhere.
Oh, okay. Am I free to go? Am I being detained?
No, you're detained right now.
What crime do you suspect? What time? What crime are you detaining me for?
You're not. Like I said, we're right now just looking at your. We call it. This is called a suspicious person as someone.
So, is that a misdemeanor or a felony? Being suspicious. Is that a misdemeanor or a felony? Being suspicious.
We're just trying to identify you.
And I'm trying to figure out why I'm being detained.
All right.
Why am I being detained?
We're just trying to figure out who you are and what you're doing here. That's it.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
All right. We didn't say there's any crime right now.
So what am I being detained for?
Because right now it was called as a suspicious person.
What crime do you suspect me of committing to be detaining me right now?
Right now you're parked on private property.
I can't leave because you're detaining me though. What crime do you suspect me of committing to be detaining me right now?
Can I explain, sir?
Is there who's the leader right here?
May I explain?
Who's the leader right here? Are you in charge?
I'm not in charge. No.
Who's in charge? Are you in charge, sir?
No. Our sergeant is occupied right now. Can I explain what's going on?
Don't touch me. No. I won't.
Can I just explain?
No.
You had a question.
What am I being detained for?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What?
I'm gonna answer it for you, pal.
Okay.
Okay. So, can I explain?
I'm asking what crime. I'm not asking for an explanation. I'm asking what crime do you suspect me of committing that I'm being detained for right now?
Well, technically, it's trespassing because this is private property.
So
like he explained to you.
But I have to refuse to leave though.
No, not true.
This is where it emanates from.
Everybody wants to give like half a cent.
No, I'm trying to.
You said you're.
All right, guys, buckle up, because this one starts with pure constitutional chaos. The auditor walks right up to the jail entrance, camera rolling, politely asking how the release process works. The officers immediately panic like the camera is a weapon. Instead of answering simple questions, they start throwing around words like suspicious and unauthorized, as if filming magically makes someone a criminal. One deputy even tries the classic intimidation tactic, turning aggressive only to back off a few seconds later. The cameraman keeps challenging them with calm logic. What law am I breaking? And like always, silence takes over. These officers know how to bark orders, but none of them can name a single statute. The stage is officially set for a First Amendment beatdown.
You said your supervisor's coming, correct?
No, he's not coming. You asked if I was in charge, and I said no.
Okay. So who's running the show right now? Because everybody's giving me like half a 2 cents.
There's 3 police on scene. 3 police are in charge.
And what crime are you detaining me for currently?
I just answered.
Trespassing?
Trespassing. We need to ID you. We're not trying to charge you with a crime.
You have to have a trespass warning first. You have to give me permission to leave. You can't just give me a ticket for trespassing.
I'm not trying to give you a ticket.
Then what ID? What do you need ID for?
You're detained because of that. I'm not trying to give you a ticket for anything. You understand that?
I don't understand that because
the whole reason why we're out here, if I could explain, the whole reason why we're out here. No. You're in an RV parked across from an elementary school.
Correct.
That's the reason why we're here, because you could probably agree with us that it is suspicious to wait in an RV the entire day across from an elementary school. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Okay.
That's
well, in the eyes of
subjective.
the law, that is suspicious, and you are
really in the eyes of the law. That's suspicious. Yes. Where in the law does it say that an RV across from the school is suspicious?
It doesn't have to say it anywhere.
Okay, that's very ambiguous. I understand if y'all want to come out and make contact with me, cool. Yeah, but to have 3 police officers say no, you're detained after you made contact with me and I'm willing to leave, that's unacceptable to me. So that's why I'm just not willing to deal with y'all right now. I feel like that's
okay.
If you're,
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Well, I mean, what's your end goal here of being here? Do you want me to stay or leave?
We'd like to identify you.
So your whole purpose of stopping here is just to ID me. It's not to get me to leave the property in general. So I don't understand how that helps your basis of trespassing.
I think ultimately it would be best if you left, but right now we need to ID you before.
Now, guys, here's where the pressure cooker starts hissing. The auditor walks toward the secure door area, but stays outside, still in a public space. The officers immediately jump into damage control mode, yelling, "You can't film in here," and demanding he shut the camera off. But here's the thing, feelings don't override rights. The narrator reminds us that public access means public photography. When the officers realize they have no legal ground, they shift tactics to private facility language, pretending the jail entrance is excluded from the First Amendment. Newsflash: if the public can walk there, so can cameras. The cameraman keeps pressing for specifics. What penal code? What statute? And the officers have nothing except embarrassment and frustration.
Okay, well, at this time, I like to remain silent.
Yeah. I'm just here because I'm a school officer and the school called. That's all.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know if you were working all day, but no one came by to make contact with me earlier.
I was here and they saw it.
Okay, yeah. To my point, there's no trespassing signs in front.
No, I get it. My experience, we've had people over here, and I'm not even accusing this. I've had guys taking pictures of kids. We've had sex offenders around. I'm not even accusing.
I don't even want to. Okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Right,
okay. Call me a pedophile.
No, I didn't.
Disgusting. You have, get out of here. Freaking disgusting. Have a gun on your hip. I don't consider you a murderer. Ridiculous. Wow. I don't wish to answer any questions.
Well, is this thing registered?
I don't wish to answer any questions.
So this isn't registered. That plate's not coming back to anything right now. So that's a problem.
We're gonna go to
Am I still being detained?
Yeah.
Can I request the sergeant come out?
He's a little bit busy right now, but we're just trying to...
So am I not able to request the sergeant?
Sure, but he's busy.
Okay, I would like to request the sergeant then, please.
Right. But we still got to figure this out.
Okay, can I still... Is that going to hinder from me requesting a...
No, we can
okay.
have a supervisor. It's just going to be a little bit.
Okay, before he's requested or before he comes out?
Before he comes out.
Okay, that's fine. Can we go ahead and request him then? Or do you not want to do that? Because now you're just walking away when I'm asking for a supervisor to come out. Y'all want to act like, oh, I'm just having a conversation with you. When it comes time to me asking something specific, y'all want to walk off and do whatever.
Are you curious where our sergeant is right now?
No, I'm curious why I cannot ask for a sergeant to come out.
You could. He's on a medical call, which takes priority over your request.
It takes my request, my rights. I'm just asking to... Y'all are crazy.
No, like,
okay.
You could ask and we could say no.
Okay, then say no. He's saying yes.
All right, guys, hold on to your seats because the real showdown starts now. The officers decide they've had enough embarrassment and demand ID, trying to turn a lawful activity into a detention. But the auditor hits them with a legal hammer. ID only becomes mandatory when a crime is suspected and articulable. Suspicion is not a crime. Annoyance is not a crime. Cameras are not crimes. Yet these officers treat the Constitution like an optional training module. They start claiming authority based on policy, but policies don't override constitutional law. The cameraman explains the difference between trespass, restricted access, and public forum, something the officers clearly never studied. This is the moment the power imbalance flips. They're no longer in control. The law is.
Yeah, well, he's on.
So that's why my response is like, how are you going to say yes and walk away? And then you get all defensive. He's on a medical call. If he would have said that, cool. But he didn't say that.
I'm not defensive about anything.
Well, y'all are detaining me, so you're very defensive.
I'm not. I'm doing my job.
You're not doing, in my opinion, you're not doing, yeah.
You can have any opinion you want.
Yeah, okay.
At the end of the day, we are doing our job.
Okay. Well, so you're still talking about me about whatever.
Whatever opinion you want. That's fine. What do you do for a living? Are you in law enforcement?
I do not wish to answer any questions, and at this time I'm going to remain silent.
That's fine. You have somewhere to be?
Again, I wish to remain silent at this point. I'm not... Okay.
No, because what I'm saying is, like, we could totally get you on your way if you could just provide us your information. You'd be on your way in 2 minutes.
I don't
That's the only missing piece.
I don't believe I've committed any crime to be warranting me to ID myself. I feel like criminals have to ID themselves. I haven't done anything wrong.
Sure. If you have nothing to hide, then there's nothing wrong with you providing your information.
If you don't have any law to state that I have to provide ID, then you have no right to ID me.
I just explained it to you.
Well, I disagreed with you, so we're waiting for a sergeant to come, I guess, after his medical call.
We're not obligated to have a sergeant respond here at all.
Okay, and I'm not obligated to answer any of your questions.
Okay, but so nevertheless, you still are detained.
Okay.
And then we'll just...
And I'm not
remain
moving.
Detained for what? The rest of the day?
I don't know. That determines on you. You're running the show right now, not me.
It doesn't determine it determines me?
Yes, because you're detaining me. I'm not detaining myself. I would like to leave at this point.
Sure.
You're saying I'm detained, so that's on you. So you're running the show, not me.
Yes. And this entire thing, you'd be on your way in a couple.
Here's where things get crazy, guys. The audacity skyrockets. The officers try to physically block access, claiming that the foyer is not for the public. Even though it's literally the space where bail is posted, inmates are released, and visitors check in. If the government provides public service there, the public has a right to document it. The auditor calls out the hypocrisy point blank, reminding them that transparency is a constitutional duty, not a courtesy. Unable to win legally, the officers pull a new card: emotional intimidation. "You're jeopardizing safety," they shout, as if a camera lens somehow threatens inmate safety. The narrator dismantles that excuse instantly. Cameras don't create danger, they reveal it. And that's the problem for them.
Minutes if you just provided your information, but you're refusing to do that. So that's why we're here at a standstill.
Okay.
So we'll just remain at a standstill.
Okay.
George, right? All right. You're on body camera as well, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, is there any way I can just see your license and then you'll be moved on your way? That's it. If we already know what the registration is on the vehicle and all that stuff.
Again, I don't wish to answer your questions, and I wish to remain silent at this point.
Okay. But listen, right now you're on township property. That's what we're talking about, and we're just asking just for your driver's license. That's it. We identified who owns the vehicle, and you said it was you, correct?
You're Matthew Prevo?
We just wanted this done so then we can get out of your hair here. That's all that we're looking to do here. We're not looking to violate any rights or anything like that. You can, like I said, we're on recording as well. We all have our body cameras on and our MVRs on right now. All right? That's all we need to know. And then we're going to get out of your hair. That's all that we need.
Confirmed it with the DL picture.
Did you? Mm-hmm. All right, so I don't really know what the big deal is here, but you can go.
So I'm not longer being detained?
No, we finally identified.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And here it is, guys. The walk of shame finale. The officers finally give up the illegal demands and retreat behind the glass, proving they never had lawful authority from the start. The auditor stands his ground, announcing that the public has every right to film government operations for accountability. The narrator drives the final nail. Rights are not granted by police. They're protected from police. The video ends with a reminder every citizen needs drilled into their skull. If there's no camera, there's no proof. If there's no proof, there's no justice. Always record the police. Always challenge unlawful orders. And never surrender your rights just because someone with a badge raises their voice. Knowledge is power, and the First Amendment is the shield.